week is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call, wake-up call, wake-up call, wake-up call, wake-up call to life, to what's so important in life. And I'm so, the timing of tonight and the timing of this challenge that we have for this week couldn't be more relevant to everything that is happening in the world. And that I'm really gonna challenge you guys, and I'm gonna lean on you guys, and I wanna empower you guys and encourage you guys in the biggest possible way to strengthen the most important muscle that we have. It is that gratitude and that giving muscle, and being grateful for what you have, and being grateful for the things you have, being grateful for things you don't have, and having that opportunity to pay it forward. We want to start with the mantra. We want to start with, hey, let's be rooted in something that is going to put us in line into our pursuit of happiness, our greatness, and potential. One of the hardest things that I've had my entire life when it comes to giving, the laws of giving, is the law of receptivity. It's the last one. And it is one of the hardest things that I've had ever in my life. Is I'm okay sharing stuff with people, but the last one is tough. And this is something that really shifted for me a year ago. The law of receptivity, which means is being open and allowing yourself to receive the love and to receive all of the blessings that you have in your life. And for so long, I would always kind of deflect and all that type of stuff. And it's part of that process. When we receive it, we're able to give it more. Receive it, give it more. Receive it, give it more. And so the most important thing in life is relationships. And my big focus and mantra is to be fearless. To be fearless in my pursuit of being courageously me. You know, the impact that you can have with others ultimately comes from the impact that you have with yourself. And that's one of the biggest things that I have to remind myself every single day. The greater impact that I want to make with others is the greater the impact that I have to have with myself. Honoring those authentic and real conversations, those things that I talk about all the time, the intolerables, things that you're not willing to tolerate at all. And being rooted with what's important to you, who you are, because the greater the relationship we have with ourselves, the greater the potential that we can have with others. And that's what we talk about all the time. We got to fill our bucket up first, but then we got to go then take care of others. We don't want to just fill our bucket up and then protect our bucket and say nobody else come around me. We fill up so that we can go give more to others. And that's really what it is. It's about being fearless in that pursuit of being authentically me and sharing more and doing more and being more creative and being more of a raw, authentic voice for so many people. And I know that connects with me because there's a lot of things that I have to go through within myself. So I'm excited for this month, really doing some big stuff for myself that I can make some big impact. And it's completely aligned to what we're going into in this next week. And this is a part of a muscle that we should be strengthening all the time. But this week, I'm going to put a little bit of extra pressure on all of you. I'm going to put a little extra pressure on all of you to do more for others. And this whole challenge is dare to do more. We dare to do more reps, dare to challenge yourself physically, dare to push the limit. And there's so many of you guys that are doing that. When it comes to changing your bodies, when it comes to changing your mindset, shifting your perspective, like becoming more happy and seeing the weight come off and the body fat come off and you lifting more weights and you're getting more conditioned. And that's why we have all these physical tests, and they're so dang important. We talk about these all the time, but this week is a big week. The true athlete is all about being the true human. And being just an athlete isn't about how fast you run, how much weight you lift, how strong your core is. It's about how much you can also give to others. It's about paying it forward. And that is the fifth part of our athlete ethos, is paying it forward, serving other people. And I thought about this today. I was sitting down this morning and I was writing some notes down, and I thought about how important this is. And when I look at life, there's these timelines for change. And I want you to think about this for a second. You know, we know that things take time. There's timelines for change. Let's just take fitness, for example. When it comes to fitness, the timeline for change isn't very short. Although most people wish it were, they wish it could change in like a week or 30 minutes or beat the hell out of themselves or 15 days, as it is seen from most of the stuff that's marketed in the fitness space. But we know when it comes to fitness, it's going to take time. It's going to take months, quarters, years for us to see some real big sustainable changes, right? Not just a week or 2 weeks. That's going to get you some good momentum. But when you really want to transform your body, it's going to take you some time. even that mental state at times is gonna take you some time. You gotta put in the daily reps over and over and over again. So we look at that timeline for change in fitness. It's like, hey, we just gotta do the work every single day and know that 60, 90, 120 days, we're gonna see some big changes, and we gotta be so dang committed to our goals. We look at when it comes to education and experience, again, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take months, it's gonna take years. You can sit there and try to read as many books as you can in one day, but we know how education works. You understand, you learn the theory, but you only understand it by practically applying it and over and over and over and over and over again, and that takes time. It takes months, it takes years. Advancing your career, it takes months, it takes years to get to the next level. So these things that are so important in life, like when it comes to our life, what our life is really made up of, right? Being healthy, being educated, developing new experiences, advancing in our career. But then I thought about this. Serving someone and changing someone's life can happen right now. It can happen with one simple action. Like how powerful is that? Like massive impact when it comes to serving somebody else. It can happen today. It can happen in the most simplest form. Just doing one thing for one person. And I know all of you have experienced it where somebody has done something amazing for you. They just did something with maybe they sent you a letter, or they called you, or they looked you in the eye, they listened to you. Maybe it was a stranger, maybe it was a friend. Whatever it is. Just that one little thing changed your life. And I'm gonna share with you 5 things that I'm gonna do this week. So I'm not just gonna here's some random ideas. I'm gonna share with you the 5 things that I'm gonna do this week that I'm daring myself to do more of. Now you may wanna say, hey, I like those 5. I'm good for those 5 as well. Or you may say, hey, I wanna do one of those. Or you may say, hey, I got 10 things that I'm gonna dare myself to do. But understanding why we're doing it is really the most important. And when I looked at all those things, when I really looked at, man, it takes something so long to change, but being able to make an impact on someone's life can happen right now. And, I was watching, I posted this thing. And when you realized, impacting people's lives that was what the essence of life is. That is what the essence of happiness is. And it's so powerful when you hear from people who've had a lot of success and who've reached the top and have accolades, to understand what the most fulfilling thing is serving and impacting people's lives. Like, I know this firsthand from my aspect of chasing certain things, chasing awards, getting accolades, doing different stuff. But the thing that makes me the happiest is helping other people, is making an impact. And I'm so blessed every single day that I get a chance to wake up and do this. I'm so blessed. This is never a chore for me. This is not work for me. This is my calling. This is my purpose. This is what I love to do. And the more that I can create a safe place of inclusivity, of game changers just like yourself to do the same, because I know you want to do the same, because I'm trying to teach people that real health is more than just weight lost, muscles gained. Those are all amazing aspects of it. You need that part. You need that part for the self-care. But so much of health is also in the happiness in supporting and serving and impacting other people, which is exactly why you're part of this team. And there's people that aren't part of this team, or that we're part of it, and we're like, man, I don't know that I'm talking athletes or staff or whoever it was, is saying, I don't really vibe so much with that empathy thing. And that's all good. But this is the way we view things. This is the way we know that people can really achieve some massive happiness in their life by truly serving other people. And I wrote this down today. I wrote this quote down today because so much of what we see in the social world, the social media world, I don't believe is a bad thing. I believed it exposes a lot of what's inside for people. If they're competing with people, if they're judging people, if they're looking at certain things saying, why does this person have this? If they're getting affected by it, there's something that's going on in their own internal software that they need to recognize, that they need to be aware of. And that's all it's doing is exposing the truth within. And it's easy for us oftentimes to place blame on that. Oh, this is bad. And I had a real shift with social media years ago where I had to shift the perspective where I just renamed it. I didn't want to call it social media. What I did was I renamed it to something that empowered me. The word social was always really hard for me because I'm a natural introvert. So for me to be in social environments just for the sake of being social gives me anxiety, makes me feel very uncomfortable. Now, when I'm in an operating space like this, or I'm speaking in front of hundreds of thousands of people at a talk or in a workout, I'm very inspired by that because I'm serving. So I had to make a massive shift where I renamed social media to service media so that I showed up differently. Now this is a platform, this space where I can serve people, where I can give people workouts of the day or my intention of the day, or show up and help them in any way that I can. And a lot of times people hear a message when they need to hear a message. Man, and you'd be saying something over and over and over and over every single day, but they need to hear it when they were ready and open to receive it. But you're not gonna know when that is. So the reality is you just gotta keep showing up every single day with the intent to help and serve. That's saying, you know what? They may not get it today, but I know it's helping somebody. And that was the huge shift for me, was that service aspect of it. Now in that social world, a lot of times, a lot of people showing off. A lot of people are showing what they have. Look what I got here. Check out this, knew that, knew this, knew that. And that's where I said it exposed people if you get affected by that. Why aren't I here? Why aren't I there? This person's this, oh my God. And this becomes this comparison, this judgment game. And that's not bad on the person. We can throw it on a person at that time. But really we gotta look within ourselves saying, why is that affecting us in the biggest possible way? So I wrote this down because for some reason this just spoke to me. You can show off something to somebody, or you can show up for somebody. And we see a lot of the first. We see a lot of in the world of today showing off something to somebody or a lot of people. Let me show this off. House, car, this, that, whatever it is. And I talked about this hard last week, a couple weeks ago. Or you can show up for somebody. And that's not the sexiest thing in the world, but it's the most impactful. It's rooted in love. It's rooted in empathy. It's rooted in service, which is the most important aspect, I believe, for people in their fulfillment, because they're operating with so much purpose that's bigger than themselves. And it just, when I wrote that down, it just flowed out of my hand. And that's the big, we got to really audit ourselves so many times in our life. You can show off something to somebody, or you can show up for somebody. And the reality is, like I said before, and I said this last week, nobody cares about the show off part. Nobody. You may get a lot of the likes, a lot of the comments, this, but really, it's not that important. But showing up for somebody in need, especially someone who's not even asking for it, who's struggling, who just, you know you got to take care of them, that's where the big impact is made. Do whatever is going to come from the most love. Do whatever is going to come from the heart the most. Buying somebody's coffee, whatever the case is, just listening to somebody. Maybe it's looking somebody in the eye. Like, tap into your greatest service superpower strength this week and share that with the world. And the world is whoever you're in front of. You know, so many times I talk to young coaches or people who are just getting started and saying, I want to do these things. I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this company. Or I want to serve hundreds and thousands of people all over the world. You know, how can I do it? And it's very simple. You just got to focus on the next one. You got to focus on the next one that's in front of you. That's the most important one. The one in front of you. Not, hey, like someone is right in front of you and you're like, I need help. You're like, yeah, but I want to help like hundreds of people. You help hundreds of people. You help thousands of people. You make impact by focusing on the next one in front of you. And that I truly believe is my philosophy when it comes to servant leadership. It is not in the number of people, total, quantified, how many. It is the quality in which you are giving your attention, your energy, and your presence to whoever is in front of you. The one that is in front of you, the 100% of your energy over the one. That's it. That's how impact is made. And when you understand when you can help that one and who that one is connected with, their kids, their friends, their family, their community, their coworkers, you realize that the one you just helped isn't just one. You know why it's so important? So important with the families and the people that we have a chance to coach is because why it's so important for parents, why I'm so strong, like such a strong advocate for parents, training and being healthy, because they can help change a generation with parents, and you can change a generational relationship with movement, with being healthy. And we can do that same in any ecosystem that you're in. It's not just parents with their kids, it's coworkers. In an environment, some of y'all work with some big companies. So by filling up that game changer, it affects everybody else in their environment. And know that when you fill somebody up and they feel good, what are they gonna do? They're gonna go do the same. And it becomes this domino effect of service. But when we stop, the dominoes stop. But every single person here, this is why you're really a game changer. This is what makes a true athlete of life. Not just sport. Like, this is what an athlete is like. Your ability to adapt, your speed, your agility to serve, your strength in service, your grit when times are tough and you've got to be such a strong, powerful source of positivity for people. This is what makes you an athlete in life. And that's what we're building. We're building life's greatest athletes. And I'm so damn inspired and grateful every single day to coach every single one of you guys. And I'll tell you what, and I love this quote by Jackson Brown Jr. because it's so dang true. What I've realized and the people that I've met in my life, the happiest people are not the ones who are getting the most. The happiest people are the ones who are giving the most. The truly happiest people that I know in life, like genuinely the happiest people, are the ones who give the most. Are not the ones with the flashy and the fancy cars and the newest phones and the fancy bags and all the cool new swag and gear and the affiliations and the networks and all that type of stuff. Those ain't the happiest people. Overwhelmingly, those are definitely not the happiest people that I've met in my life. The happiest people that I've met are the ones who show up and they give the most. They give. And as we talked about before, that is a true pursuit that we are all on, is the pursuit of happiness. So I'm gonna challenge you guys to all level up this week. Level up your service, level up your support, level up your ability to pay it forward. I dare you guys, I dare you to make your list. And I would love to know one or two things. Please share those. What is the one thing that you're gonna do? 1, 2 things, however many things, what is one thing you're gonna do to make a positive impact in somebody else's life? And you're gonna hold yourself accountable, and we're all gonna hold each other accountable, because how amazing is that? We have hundreds and hundreds of athletes on our team. Think about that, how huge that is. That's the type of stuff that like gets me fired up, makes me wanna just run through a wall of just pat. That's what fuels me. That is what makes me the most. There's no material thing that can make me even remotely close to that. And I'm so damn happy that I've realized that at 37 years. And that is what I want to just continue to fuel that fire with so many people. So team, you have 3 action items this week. The first one is you protect your assets. It's always action item number 1. You get your sleep in. You protect your self-care assets, because you're no good to anybody if you are no good to yourself. You are no good to anyone else if you are no good to yourself. Protect your self-care assets. Get your sleep in. 7-8 hours a night. Sleep, go to bed early, wake up, refreshed, get your sleep in. Lock in your meals. Remember, just ask yourself this question with the meal that's in front of you. Is this gonna help you or hurt you achieve your goals? Your goal of longevity, sustainability, immunity. Drink half your body weight in ounces of water, and the last one is move. Move 30, 60 minutes a day, but I want you training 5 days a week. So 2 days a week, you can just move, exercise, get on a bike, go for a swim, whatever the case is, walk. You gotta move every single day, but 5 days I want you training. Okay, 5 days I want you training. And I'm gonna add one more into the mix, no negativity allowed. Cut that crap out. this week, cut the crap out. If you're seeing negativity, go through your social media, cut out all negativity. If you see drama, you see people complaining, just mute them. Don't have time for it. No drama, no negativity. If it's not productive, if you're not part of a solution, don't want to hear from you. Don't have time to waste. Can't even let it cloud in my inbox. Second thing is I need you to set your mantra for the month. I need you to set your big mantra and your big intention for the month, and be uncomfortable in your actions in your pursuit to honor what that mantra is. Don't just do something that sounds cute. Don't just have a cute little bumper sticker mantra. Like, really, what does that mean? I'm not going to go back to these things, right? I'm going to challenge you guys. What does that mean? You got to ask yourself that question. What does the attack mean? What does the adapt mean? It probably means you're going through something right now in your life. What do those things thrive? What does thrive mean? What does courage mean, Maggie? It's got to mean something, right? So understand, it may just be to one thing, but that one thing is going to have a big, big impact on everything else. But I want you to go back to that and really understand why that's so important to you. Why it's so important to you. And the last one, of course, is dare to do more for others. Pick an action item this week. Do something for somebody else that's going to enrich their lives. You got to take care of yourself to do that. But let's go make some impact in a big, big, powerful way.